Imagine waking up on the first of the month, and before you finish brushing your teeth, $4,000 has landed in your account. Not from your job or side hustle, but from money you already invested quietly in the background. That's the dream people chase when they talk about passive income, and ETFs are one of the cleanest ways to get there. $4,000 a month is $48,000 a year. To pull in that much from investments, you need a solid pool of capital. If your ETFs yield 4%, you need about $1.2 million invested. At 6%, it drops to $800,000. Push for 7 or 8% and you're down to the $600,000 range. The higher you chase yield, the more shaky the ride gets. That 8% option might look amazing until you realize it's built on shaky foundations. Finding the balance between yield and stability is crucial for peace of mind at night. ETFs are just baskets of stuff, some filled with dependable companies that pay dividends every quarter. Others are filled with bonds that hand over interest regularly. Some even include real estate or option strategies. You buy the basket, and it does the heavy lifting. One dividend cut doesn't tank your whole plan. The basket softens the blow and keeps your income steady enough to avoid panic during market fluctuations. One route is dividend ETFs. These are filled with companies that pay out portions of their profits as cash to shareholders. Think of them like reliable tenants who pay rent on time, except instead of a single tenant, it's dozens or even hundreds of companies contributing to your mailbox. Each dividend might feel small, but together they create a steady stream of income. Many companies even increase their dividends over time. Another option is bond ETFs. Bonds are essentially IOUs from governments or corporations, paying out interest regularly. A bond ETF bundles hundreds of these IOUs, spreading the risk across many borrowers. This results in a steady trickle of interest checks landing in your account. Blending bonds with dividend-paying companies builds a machine that can replace your paycheck. To achieve smoother cash flow, mix ETFs that pay monthly to cover rent, groceries, and bills. This ensures distributions come in every month. Some ETFs target monthly payers, giving you cash flow that feels real-time. This design detail separates vague investors from those with a solid income plan. Investing isn't just about percentage yield. It's about structuring your cash flow for your life. The desired money won't appear just because you want it. Starting small takes time and discipline. $10,000 in a 5% ETF yields $500 a year, about $40 a month. It's the seed of your investment journey. Many quit after seeing small returns, but every oak tree starts as an acorn. Time and consistency can turn that small investment into something meaningful. Think of your portfolio like a wall you're building brick by brick. The first few bricks don't look like much, but with each deposit, you're stacking higher. One day, you look up and realize the wall is tall enough to protect you, to shield you from financial storms, to stand on its own. You don't need fireworks, you need persistence. Picture it like climbing a mountain. The summit is $4,000 a month, but you don't teleport there. First base camp, $500 a month. That already feels like a win, covering groceries or utilities. Second camp, $1,000 a month. That's rent in some places, a milestone that illustrates your progress. Third camp, $2,000. That's your mortgage, car, maybe even a vacation fund, lightening your burden. Markets wobble. Dividends get cut in recessions. Inflation silently eats away at your buying power. Inflation means that $48,000 today won't feel like that 10 years from now. You need to aim higher. Taxes also mean that what you see on your brokerage screen isn't what hits your checking account. That's why you aim for a cushion. Risk management is vital. Don't put all chips on one high-yield ETF. That's gambling, not investing. Diversification matters. Spread across dividend ETFs, bond ETFs, real estate, or international ETFs. Diversification keeps your portfolio functioning even when one piece falters. Imagine running a restaurant where half your waiters are out sick. You keep serving customers because the kitchen still runs. Don't forget about fees. A 1% fee sounds small until it's scaled. On $1 million portfolio, that's $10,000 a year. Over 20 years, you could lose hundreds of thousands due to fees. They're the quiet killers of returns. Consider low-fee ETFs. Many charge as little as 0.05% or 0.10%. This can save you thousands. With low fees on $1 million portfolio, you pay $500 to $1,000 instead of $10,000. Imagine you've built up to $400,000 invested. At a 5% yield, that's $20,000 a year, or about $1,600 a month. That could cover your groceries, car, and part of your rent, making your job feel less suffocating. Grow that investment to $800,000, and you're looking at $40,000 a year, over $3,000 a month. Financial independence isn't a distant dream. It's right there on your portfolio statement. For those adventurous, ETFs can juice their yields by writing covered calls and collecting premiums. These funds can pay 7 to 10% yields, offering dessert-level income, but with risks. If you're consistently investing $20,000 a year and reinvesting everything, you could get to $4,000 a month in 15 to 20 years. If you already have a big portfolio, you can hit the target almost overnight by shifting into income-focused ETFs. It's not about comparing yourself to others. It's about knowing your path and sticking to it. Consistency beats heroics. The winners are those who invest steadily, reinvest dividends, and let time do its work. In the early years, reinvestment is rocket fuel, but later, taking income is the payoff. A paycheck feels like obligation. A dividend feels like freedom. That's when you know the capital is working for you. Absolutely. Earning $4,000 a month is possible, but it's not overnight. It's about discipline and smart choices. The result is peace of mind, knowing cash keeps flowing even if your job disappears or you try something new. We live in a world where most dollars come with strings attached. Your boss expects output. Your hours trade for money. The first time you see a dividend or ETF distribution, it hits different. Nobody expects work or deadlines. It feels unfair in a good way, like discovering a cheat code in a game. This realization drives commitment toward financial independence. Some people get impatient, thinking their small dividends will never grow. That's short-term thinking, and why most people never make it. Remember, portfolios don't grow in a straight line. They crawl for years, then suddenly leap. Don't quit before the leap, or you'll miss the magic. The grind years are what feed the explosion years. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill. You push and sweat, then it gains momentum. The pain is up front, but the payoff is backloaded. Now let's get personal with numbers. Start with discipline, adding $1,000 a month into ETFs. At 5% yield, that's $60 a month in income right away. But keep stacking, reinvesting. In 5 years, you've built close to 75 grand. Producing about $300 to $400 a month, that's the magic of compounding. 15 years in, you're looking at 300 grand and around $1,500 a month. 20 years in, you're flirting with 600 grand, generating $3,000 a month. You didn't win the lottery. You just showed up every month and let time do the heavy lifting. The money feels slow at first, but then it snowballs. Of course, not everyone can put in $1,000 every month. Some can only spare a couple hundred. That's fine. Progress is progress. Every dollar you put aside is a vote for your future freedom instead of today's impulse. The discipline you learn from investing often bleeds into other parts of your life. You start saying no to dumb purchases and noticing how many people live paycheck to paycheck because they never set up a system like this. People think it's all or nothing. They think if they're not financially independent, nothing changes. Wrong. Your investments start covering even small bills. Your life feels lighter. Imagine your portfolio pays your grocery bill every month. That's one less burden on your paycheck. Piece by piece, your investments lighten your load. Financial independence isn't a single finish line. It's a series of small wins stacked together until you realize one day you're free. Let's talk about fear. It's the reason most people never build wealth. Fear of losing money, markets crashing, or wasting time. Yes, markets crash. Yes, dividends get cut. But those who keep showing up despite fear are the ones who make it. If you panic and sell during the drop, you lock in the loss. If you sit tight and keep buying, you not only recover, you thrive. People think it's all or nothing. Wrong. The moment your investments start covering even small bills, your life feels lighter. Imagine your portfolio pays your grocery bill every month. That's one less burden on your paycheck. You don't need to be done to feel the benefits. Financial independence isn't a single finish line. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, fear. Fear is the reason most people never build wealth. If you panic and sell during the drop, you lock in the loss. If you sit tight and keep buying, you not only recover, you thrive. The investors who stayed invested through 2008 or 2020 aren't bitter. They're richer. Fear doesn't pay dividends. Discipline does. Greed is what makes people chase the highest yields without asking why they're so high. It can lead to poor investment decisions. The sweet spot is balance. Enough yield to make the math work. Enough safety to sleep at night. When you build an income machine, you don't just change your finances. You change your options. Passive income isn't only about retiring. It's about buying back choice. Every extra dollar your portfolio generates is another ounce of freedom. Imagine earning $4,000 a month, every month, covering all your expenses. Your job becomes optional. If you love your work, you can continue. If you don't, you can walk away without fear. This is the power of income investing. But let's talk about something practical. Taxes. Many overlook this crucial aspect of investing. Dividends and interest can be taxed heavily. Aim for around $55,000 to $60,000 a year. In retirement, your tax situation often improves. Some even relocate to lower tax areas. Inflation is the silent thief. $48,000 today might feel abundant, but in 20 years, it could feel like 30. You can't just park in high-yield ETFs forever. You need a blend that also grows. Dividend growers are key here. They don't just hand you cash, they hand you cash that grows with the cost of living. That's the difference between scraping by and thriving. At some point, you'll face the choice between reinvestment and harvest. Reinvestment accelerates compounding by buying more shares. Harvesting feels surreal. Your portfolio isn't just numbers on a screen anymore. It's groceries, rent, vacations, freedom. You don't need to be perfect to win. Compounding forgives errors as long as you stay in the game. Imagine the weight lifted off your shoulders. See the choices you'll finally have with that $4,000 a month. Visualize the trips you'll take, the time you'll spend, and the projects you'll start. Waking up with a smile because money arrived while you slept. It all begins with the first step. Looking at what you have, deciding what to add, and picking an ETF or two. Don't wait for the perfect time or obsess over tiny details. Just start. Every $100 added is progress. Investing is about slow, steady consistency. Boring turns exciting when $4,000 lands in your account every month. So if you've ever wondered whether this path is worth it, the answer is yes. It's not easy, it's not fast, but it's real. Treat every contribution like a brick in the wall of your financial fortress. One day, you'll stand at the top of the mountain, look down at the climb you made. You did it. You bought back your freedom, and no boss, no crisis, no market panic can take that away from you. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into building real financial independence. Drop a comment below sharing your own passive income goals. I'd love to hear how you're planning your climb.